Hello and very warm welcome to all of you on my channel Infinity Learners. So students, you might be wondering, where is the blackboard? Where is the chalk with its duster? No, today we are only going to chat and discuss one of the most favorite topic and one of the most confusing topics among students, that is how to manage your time in classes 11th and 12th. So students, just sit back and relax because I am here to help you out, right? So let's get into the video. Now, as you all know, the students work in two categories. One are the students who are the early risers, they tend to get up early in the morning and then study. And one are the students, those who are night owls and tend to study more during the night time. So I personally was an early riser, but the problem arises when nothing works, rising early or being awake all night. Nothing works when it comes to catching up your school schedule and your tuition schedules respectively. So first comes first is that try and keep your tuitions as minimum as possible. I've seen many students who tend to keep a number of tuitions approximately up to 6, amongst which are the tuitions of the subjects and other competition tuitions, right? So my question to those students is, when do you get the time to self-study? Around 6 years back, when the examinations were taken separately for the entrance, that is AIEEE and IIT, we had to give the board exams also. Then we had to give two examinations, IIT and EEE, separately, right? At that time, most of the students tend to study themselves. They preferred studying themselves. This would yield to more and more learning of concepts, because when you have books in front of you and you are giving yourself that time to absorb what is written in the books, you tend to learn more. This is a psychological fact, right? Because in the tuitions and in the school, it is moreover the one and the same thing, because in the tuitions also they tend to feed in the mind the concepts, and in the school also they tend to feed the concepts in your mind, right? So what you have to do is, for example, I'm having my school at 8:30 in the morning, right? From 8:30 to 2 or 2:30, I'm having my school, and then from 3:30 onwards, I'm having my tuitions, right? That ends up around 7 o'clock or 7:30 or 6:30, right? Depending upon what time and what schedule do you have. Now, if I get up at 5 a.m. in the morning, first of all, when we talk about how much hours a student should sleep, in my point of view, as per my experience, a 6 hour sleep, please listen to me carefully, a 6 hour sleep is more than sufficient for a student, right? Sometimes we feel sleeplessness also. Sometimes we feel insomniac because there is a lot of pressure in the mind. All these situations are normal when we are in the student life. So please do not fear them, right? And most importantly, do not fear your subjects. Nothing is rocket science, and there is no word called impossible. You all know, right? Because impossible itself says that I am possible. So, talking about the schedule, I get up at 5 a.m. in the morning, for example, right? I'm a student, I need to manage the things, so I get up at 5 a.m. in the morning. Now, the morning time should be first of all utilized to revise everything. For example, if I am in any of the paper, I'm sitting in any of the papers, right? I have written my paper and I do not revise it. Most of the times I've seen that students tend to make silly mistakes because of lack of revision. Same happens while we are preparing our subjects. When we do not revise the things, we do not brush up the things that we are taught in the classroom as well as in the tuition, we tend to forget, because it's a human nature that if you do not revise whatever is being taught to you, you tend to forget. So what will be the use of learning and giving hours and hours of study and then not revising your content and then ending up in a mess, right? So in the morning you have to give at least 1 or 1.5 hour just to revise your syllabus, whatsoever is happening in the classroom and whatever is happening in the tuitions. Because when we go again into the school or in the tuitions, the first question being asked by the teachers is, what did we study yesterday? And the questions regarding that, what did we study, right? So if you would not be having any idea of how and what was there in the topic, you would be sitting blank, right? That is not a good impression on teachers, and you end up losing your confidence also, right? So just revise the concepts and tend to find out the answers of the questions. If there are any doubts, please jot them down separately for the tuition and for the school. And the very next day when you are going to the school, please and please, it's a humble request that do ask your teachers whatever doubt comes in your mind, because maximum times I've seen that students do not ask their doubts in the class, and when we check the exam, the papers, they tend to make such stupid mistakes. That is because we had not paid any attention, or we had not cleared the doubts at the time that we had to. Right. Now, secondly, if I gave 1 or 1.5 hour in the morning just to revise the concepts, to brush up the concepts, then I am left with approximately half hour or 1 hour more. In that time, I would prefer that if you have half hour of time, you would not be able to study any subject. So please, you can practice some or the other physical exercise just to keep yourself awake, fresh the entire morning. Right. So you can practice yoga, you can do a bit of neck exercises so that you do not develop any kind of problem, because you dedicatedly sit for approximately 12 to 15 hours a day, right? Once in the for first time in the school and then in the tuitions, then self study time. So that posture of us leads to many problems like back problems or neck problems. So just give yourself a good time, pamper yourself, and practice yoga or something else that you like, right? Then you are off to your school. In the school, follow the regular schedule, and after coming from the school approximately at 2:30 in the noon, you have to have your lunch, and then you can take rest, because rest is also equally important. That too a calculated one, that is of 45 minutes to 1 hour, right? Have a good sleep, just watch TV or whatever you want, just relax yourself. Then you head towards your tuitions, and after coming from tuitions, you had revised everything in the morning, right? Now you can pick up any of the subjects. For example, if I am doing permutations and combinations in mathematics, it has been started in the school. You can take up that subject, that particular topic, and then just do the entire exercise of whatever has been done in the school. You do not need to cope up with what is happening in the school and what is happening in the tuition. You just need to cope up with yourself, right? It might happen many a times, it happens that in the school you're having a different topic, and in the tuition the different topic. Just in the morning you have to revise those topics so that do not you do not skip anything. But while self studying, you have to find your comfort zone. Whatever you have to study, you have to start with an easy topic and then slowly and gradually come towards a difficult topic, because it helps to provide a sense of satisfaction in mind that we have covered this much portion, right? Now next is, if I am sitting and doing the maths exercises, right? So you have to cover the entire exercise whatever you are starting. And once you cover the exercise from NCRT, then you have to simultaneously look into another book, for example, Adi Sharma. so that you cover the entire exercise from Adi Sharma also, right? So what will happen is you will gain a sense of confidence that you have completed this exercise simultaneously from both the books, right? Here I'm not talking about competition, because competition preparation in itself requires a lot of time. So that we you can only devote on Saturdays and Sundays, I believe, because the rest Monday to Friday schedule is very hectic. So you do not find the time for that. So in Saturdays, Sundays, you can cover your competition part. So just look into that subject which you want to practice. You can either alternately switch to mathematics, physics, and chemistry, whatever you find important, right? So I hope this particular schedule helps you. Just relax yourselves, because if you are having any kind of knots here that and questions here, that would always lead you to on a back foot, right? So just be crystal clear in your minds and sit back and just think that this is going to be my schedule. And students, most importantly, I've seen many people making timetables, right? That they are going to practice this on this day, this on this day. First day, they are very dedicated towards their study. But second day, what happens is they think, oh my god, I have done a lot, so I need a break, and I'm going with my friends on the bike and having fun and this and that. No. 11th and 12th class are all about being consistent, right? Without consistency, you cannot be successful, right? This is out of my personal experience. So students, please tend to take this positivity in yourselves, and please do not take any kind of tensions, because tension is only going to hit you here. But when you will study, you'll feel that you'll feel happy because you had covered so many things. And please, some students also lose their morals, because in the classroom, while I'm sitting with some other students, they say that, okay, I've done this, I've done that, or while teacher is asking the questions, they are so promptly replying to her. So please do not think about them, because most of the cases, students had started their preparations in class 10th or in class 11. Normally, students have started doing this, but earlier this was not the case, right? So students who tend to lose their morals because of the other student answering the questions, you do not know what his situation is exactly. So you don't need to think about it, just think about yourself, just think about how you can improve yourself, right? Because at the end of the day, your competition is with yourself only. So on that note, I am taking your leave, and I suppose and I hope that you would get some kind of knowledge from this video of mine. And if you like my video, then do subscribe to my channel, and please give it a thumbs up, so that I can bring these kind of videos for you and raise your morale. Thank you very much. Until then, just stay happy, keep playing also, and do study a lot. Right. Thank you very much.